Got a flat tire? In this video, I'll show you a step-by-step on how to install an inner tube into a tire, whether it's for a lawnmower, a go-kart, a wheelbarrow, or in this case, a small trailer. Not all rims are the same. I can't believe how easy this rim bent when I was removing this tire. I decided to do this video after this happened. This tire happened to have a tube in it to begin with. This is the tube that came out, and it wasn't due to a flat. I had 400 pounds of chicken feed in here that I was pulling, and I don't know if this tube wasn't in correctly or if it was just a bumpy terrain and it broke right over here. I don't have a way to repair this tube, so I purchased a new one. I'll have the link for it down below. Whether your wheel came with a tube in it or you had a tubeless wheel that maybe has a few cracks and you want to install a tube into it, the procedure is the same. The only difference would be with a tubeless tire, you would have a stem coming out. You would just cut the stem and follow the same procedure that I'm showing you now. It's pretty chilly out here today and this tire is stiff. It's preferable to do this on a warm day, keeping this tire out in the sun a little bit. It gives you a little bit more play with the rubber, but I'm going to try to get this done today. Before I do anything, I have to straighten out this rim, but once I'm done, I'll show you how to install the tube and get this tire back on the rim. And another thing, these are the tools that I'll be using. If you don't have one of these, a tire iron, and you have lawn equipment, it more than pays to buy one of these. They're not that expensive. If you don't have one, you use a long screwdriver, a pry bar, or even a tire iron. What I highly recommend is that you get one of these 4-way tools, and you'll see how I'll be using this shortly. I have these hammers over here just to try to straighten this out. And when removing the tire and putting the tire on, you'll see it in my other video, these vice grips come in handy, either the vice grips or a C-clamp. But for now, I'm going to straighten this rim out, and then I'll get back to showing you how to install that tube. Well, this straightened out fairly easy. Now to get the tube in here. I might have to put this off till tomorrow because it's getting cold out here and this tie is getting really stiff. This package of tubes came from Amazon. I have the link down below. When I post products, I try to show the best price that I can find out there because that's what I would buy. There are times when they may be out of supplies or the price may change. While you're on the site, just shop around if you don't mind. Whenever you buy anything from my affiliate links, I do get a small commission from it, and it does help me with this channel. Now these tubes are rated at 200 pounds. The weight I had on the trailer when that other tube went out was 400 pounds. Let's see, 8 bags, 50 pounds, yeah, 400 pounds. So I don't know what the other tube was rated. I couldn't find any reading on the other tube. Made in China. Now, if this was a tube that you were reinstalling because you fixed the flat on the tube itself, you would have to take this Schrader valve out and make sure all the air's out. But this is about as flat as it can get. First thing is to get this stem into the hole. The camera's picking this up. Let's see. Okay, put it in there. Yeah, it's gonna, I don't know what the temperature is exactly right now, but it's cold. Stuff this in here. This way. I have to move this camera out of the way. I'm having a little difficulty with this. I'll be right back. All I was doing off camera was moving this around like you saw me doing before I got off camera. Got the stem through the hole. Normally I would screw this on to hold the stem in place, and then I could always pull on it. But the way this wheel is designed, I can't fit this on. So I just put the little hubcap back on. Now if it starts sliding through with the hubcap, I will put a pair of vice grips on it to hold it, You want to be careful. You don't want to damage that and squeeze it too hard, because that'll cause an air leak and you'll have to change the tube. Now, for the rest of this, just to get this in, this is really cold out here. Yeah, I think I mentioned that a few times. I don't know what's stiffer, tube, the tire, or me. Just keep going around, keep pushing it in. Oh, you will need a compressor or a hand pump. These tires are small enough that a bicycle pump will even work on it. Okay, we're getting it in. I'm almost home. You want to get the tube in behind the rim. Let's just tie it up here. Here we go. Normally it's not this difficult to get the tube in. This is just giving me a little bit of a workout. And you can see I left this tire on the tractor. I figured this shouldn't have been a problem. Normally I would have it on the table inside the shop or out under one of my trees. There we go. Almost home. Okay, the tube is in. Now the fun part. Right, make sure here. No. Okay. Make sure I'm tucked in all the way around. Okay, she's tucked in all the way around. Now we have to get this tire back on the rim. The other side's already on. Make things easier, you could use a sponge with soapy water, a brush with soapy water, or a spray. They do have a lube specially designed for tires, but I don't do all that many for me to worry about that, and this works fine for me. Now, you got to be real careful getting this tire on, because you don't want to pinch the tube between the tool and the rim. If you do, you'll be putting another tube in, or if you're lucky, you might be able to patch it. Okay, here's that weak spot on the rim. So look at yeah, this tire isn't moving at all. This tire is stiff. As cold as it is, if there wasn't a tube in here, this would be a lot easier. But as stiff as this tire is, with the tube in there, I really want to make sure I don't pinch it. This is what we're going to do here. We're going to use this vice grip. Hopefully to keep this tube from moving without bending the rim. Oh, feel that breeze. Get this in here. I'll push this down. Looking for that tube. Push this in here. Tube is pretty close to the top, and be careful. Too much of a bite. I'm going to use the other vice grip. well. Chewing up this tire pretty good. See if I can get a little bite on it like that. I had to move this camera out of the way again. I'm really worried about that tube. Normally you would push this tire below the ridge and it gives you room on this end. But this tire is so stiff, nothing's moving. Bending the rim again. Little bites. Little bites. There we go. It's coming. I'm pushing down on this tire on the other end as much as I can get it down. If I had it on the ground, I'd be nailing on it, get it down a little bit more. My only concern right now is that tube. I don't know if I'm pinching it, I can't see. Okay, we got it down that much more. Just this little bit here. Gonna have to bang out this rim, that's for sure. This ain't pretty. It's chewing up this tire, something fierce. If this wasn't a tubeless tire, we probably have some problems with this rim over here, leaking air. There we go, we got it now. Okay. If it wasn't that I wanted to get this video done today, I definitely would have waited till tomorrow where this tire would warm up. And if it didn't warm up in the afternoon, I would just hit it a little bit with a heat gun just to give it a little bit of pliability. Pliability? Yeah, make it a little more pliable. The tire was really stiff. And again, look at this rim. This is one of the cheapest rims I ever seen. And it's a fairly decent trailer that I picked up. I bought this trailer used. Matter of fact, I bought this trailer because it came with 2 good tires. I have a couple of trailers that need tires. What I paid for this trailer is less than what I would have paid for 2 tires. Anyway, back to this job at hand. I'm going to inflate this tube, then I'm going to release the air. Whenever you put in the tube in, you want to follow that procedure. You want to fill that tube with air, release the air, and fill it again. It gives it a chance to stretch out and form the way it's got to form in there. That's how I've been doing it for years, and I never had an issue with it. I'm not going to show you that part because all it is put an air in there, using my little tool to take the Schrader valve out, let the air out, and then fill it again. And that's a wrap. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. It does help. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe. Hit that Joe Z button, and not to miss my new videos as I upload them, be sure to ring that bell. Until next time, keep rolling and stay safe.